From the moment you wake up in the morning until the second you fall asleep at night, there's an invisible system quietly shaping your decisions, controlling your expenses, influencing your emotions, and determining the direction of your financial life without you even realizing it. And the truth is, most people don't question it, don't challenge it, and don't even see it happening. The system is built to trap the average person, not with obvious chains or clear warnings, but with everyday routines that feel normal, so normal that nobody ever stops to ask why life feels harder every single year. Every morning, an average American wakes up with the same three thoughts: the rising cost of living, the pressure of bills due in a few days, and the feeling of never having enough money no matter how hard they work. This feeling didn't appear accidentally. It was manufactured slowly, over decades, through a network of corporations, financial institutions, marketing strategies, psychological triggers, and cultural expectations designed to keep people spending more than they earn and working harder just to survive. You're told to work non-stop, hustle harder, upgrade your lifestyle, buy more, stay subscribed, stay connected, stay updated. And when you finally pause to take a breath, the system whispers that you're still behind, and then you start the cycle again. The cruelest part of this system is that it convinces people that they're failing because they're not disciplined enough, not smart enough, not hardworking enough. But the truth is, the system was built to make you feel that way, because when people feel inadequate, they spend more. When they feel insecure, they take loans. When they feel pressure, they buy escapes. And when they feel like money is slipping away, they blame themselves instead of questioning the machine that was engineered to bleed their wallets dry. The average American today lives in a world where almost everything is a financial trap disguised as convenience. Food delivery apps, shopping apps, subscription platforms, credit cards, online entertainment, payday loans, fast fashion, annual upgrades, microtransactions. Every part of daily life is optimized to take a few dollars from you every day until your bank balance quietly shrinks. But the crazy part is this: the system doesn't want you to collapse completely. It wants you just stable enough to keep earning, but stressed enough to keep spending. The perfect consumer is someone who is emotionally tired, mentally overloaded, financially insecure, but still hopeful enough to think that buying one more thing might make life easier. That is how the modern money trap works. You are not failing. The system is working, exactly as designed. And once you start seeing it, you can never unsee it again.
There is a silent financial leak happening in almost every American household, and most people don't even notice it because it doesn't feel like a leak. It feels like convenience. It feels normal. It feels cheap. And that's exactly why it's so dangerous. I'm talking about the modern subscription trap, a psychological system so powerful that it slowly drains hundreds of dollars every month while giving you the illusion of control. The average American today is subscribed to more than 30 services, from streaming platforms to gym memberships, cloud storage, digital tools, online courses, food boxes, health apps, meditation apps, music apps, and more. Companies no longer want to sell you a product once. They want to charge you for it every month for the rest of your life. And they use psychology to make sure you don't question it. They price everything at a small number like $4.99 or $12.99, so your brain thinks it's cheap. But the truth is, these small numbers stack up into thousands of dollars every year. The reason this trap works so well is because it doesn't create pain at the moment of purchase. You don't feel the loss immediately. The money disappears silently, automatically, without effort, and because nothing dramatic happens, you ignore it. Companies even hide their cancellation buttons, send manipulative emails, and guilt trip you by saying things like, "Are you sure you want to leave?" or "You'll lose all your progress, memories, and benefits." They use fear and emotional attachment to keep you subscribed. Americans are paying for things they haven't used in months, sometimes years, but they keep paying because the system is designed to make forgetting easy and canceling difficult. And here is the deeper truth. The subscription model wasn't created for the consumer's benefit. It was created to make corporations richer by turning small monthly payments into billion-dollar streams of passive income. If subscriptions were harmless, the economy wouldn't look like it does today. People wouldn't be drowning in debt. They wouldn't be living paycheck to paycheck. They wouldn't be stressed about emergency expenses. Corporations constantly talk about financial literacy, telling people to budget better, save more, and spend less. But they never talk about their own role in manufacturing financial stress. Because if people became aware of how deeply they're being manipulated, the entire subscription economy would collapse overnight. The real question isn't why Americans can't save money. The question is, how can anyone save when the system is designed to pull money from their accounts every single day without their permission?
The
And that
modern
is just
credit
the beginning.
system is one of the most brilliant and most dangerous financial inventions ever created. It gives people access to money they don't have, convinces them that debt is normal, rewards them for borrowing more, and punishes them for trying to escape. And because it is disguised as opportunity, most Americans walk straight into it without realizing they have entered a lifelong financial cage. When you first get a credit card, you feel powerful, you feel trusted, you feel independent. But what you don't see is that the card in your hand was engineered with one purpose: to turn your future income into someone else's profit. Credit card companies don't make money when you pay on time. They make money when you make mistakes, when you overspend, when you pay late, when you carry a balance month after month. That's why interest rates are so high. That's why fees are hidden. That's why the minimum payment exists. The minimum payment isn't designed to help you. It's designed to keep you in debt for years, even decades, while the company collects interest from you every single month. The credit score system also plays a psychological role. It rewards you for borrowing. It punishes you for closing cards. It threatens you if you try to live debt-free. The system essentially says, stay in debt or we will make your financial life harder. And because housing, cars, jobs, insurance, and even phone contracts depend on credit scores, people have no choice but to stay inside the system. Debt has become so normal in America that being debt-free is considered strange. People live in a cycle where they borrow to survive, then borrow more to escape the consequences of the previous borrowing. It's a loop with no exit unless you understand the game. The cruel part is that this system doesn't target the rich. It targets the average working person who is already struggling. And the moment you fall behind, the system doesn't help you. It punishes you harder. Debt collectors, late fees, rising interest, declining credit scores, it becomes a spiral. And in that spiral, people begin to believe that financial freedom is impossible. But the truth is, the system isn't unbeatable. It only wins when people don't understand how it traps them. And now you are beginning to see it clearly.
Shrinkflation is one of the most silent forms of manipulation in modern society. It allows corporations to charge more while giving less without ever announcing it. A box that used to contain 16 ounces now contains 13. A bag that looked full now has more air than product. A service that used to be unlimited now has restrictions. A plan that used to be affordable now has hidden fees. And yet the price tag stays the same or increases. This phenomenon isn't accidental. It's a calculated strategy to increase profits while keeping consumers unaware. Corporations know people won't complain about a few missing ounces. They know customers don't measure every product. They know most people won't even notice until years later when everything feels more expensive, but nobody can explain why. And while people struggle to understand why their money doesn't go as far as it used to, corporations report record-breaking profits, not because they improved quality, but because they quietly reduced it. The same companies that talk about helping the community lay off workers to increase shareholder profits. The same corporations that preach financial wisdom to customers avoid billions in taxes. And the same brands that pretend to care about society rely on psychological manipulation to ensure people keep consuming. Meanwhile, the modern definition of success has been twisted into a trap. Social media shows luxury lifestyles, expensive vacations, designer brands, and perfect homes, creating pressure on average people to match an unrealistic standard.
This pressure drives people deeper into debt, deeper into insecurity, and deeper into financial chaos, while those influencers and corporations benefit from every purchase people make trying to feel successful. The truth is, the system doesn't want you to find real success. It wants you to chase artificial success forever, because chasing creates consumption, and consumption creates profit.
Most people spend their entire lives inside this system without ever realizing what's happening to them. They blame themselves for being broke. They blame themselves for being behind. They believe the lie that if they just work harder, save more, budget better, hustle longer, everything will magically get better. But the system isn't broken. It's functioning exactly as intended. It wasn't built to help the average person rise. It was built to keep the average person controlled, predictable, dependent, and financially exhausted. The only way to break the cycle is to become conscious of it. The moment you truly understand how the system manipulates you, you begin to see patterns that others don't. You start questioning prices, questioning subscriptions, questioning lifestyle pressures, questioning debt, questioning marketing, questioning your own habits, and slowly you begin pulling your life out of the machine. The system loses power the moment you stop being a blind consumer and start being a strategic observer. It loses power when you learn to say no to unnecessary spending. It loses power when you cut the subscriptions that drain you. It loses power when you stop trying to impress people who don't care. It loses power when you stop chasing fake success. And it loses power the moment you realize that financial freedom isn't about earning more. It's about escaping traps. The truth is, most people will never understand this. Most will continue living on autopilot. Most will continue drowning in small payments. Most will continue working harder but feeling poorer. Most will never question the system because the system has convinced them that this is normal. But a few people, the ones who understand what's happening, the ones who see the patterns, the ones who wake up mentally, those are the people who break free. You can become one of them. And once you break out, you will never fall for the trap again.